Oh God. No, they can't take us anywhere, Bam. It says it's free. It says free. In today's video, I'm not going to be getting something running, but this man is. I just come for a fly because there's a helicopter involved and a whole bunch of shitbox. I don't know what pair's better. At the end of the video, I actually ended up buying one.
What'd you buy?
You'll see.
Oh, you're red hot, eh?
Let's go back in time. We're going to get in the chopper, go for a fly, and then we're going to come back here, have a look around. All right, let's give you a bit of backstory about what's going on here. Now, the man you see me shaking his hand, that's old Tubby Tub. We just call him Tubby. Now, he's invited Bam and I up to his place to check out his collection of cars and all the shit that he's collected throughout the years. Bloody impressive, if you ask me. Now, we'll give him the grand tour about what's going on. Bam had his heart set on this old International that you'll see later. Me, what was I doing? I have no bloody idea. I was just there along for the ride. There was a chopper involved, so hey, you got me in. Hold on. After we got the grand tour of the place, Tubby gave us the keys, or the ignition barrel, to the legendary Daihatsu Rocky. And somehow we've acquired a car.
Not just a car, mate. She's a Daihatsu.
Daihatsu Rocky. Woo! There's possibly a redback living in the windscreen. Redbacks are like dogs, they only bite if you touch their balls.
Oh, how do you know that?
I knew a guy. Can we just keep to this car that's actually running?
Yep, video done.
Yep.
I like it.
That's it, boys. Thanks for watching.
Will it run? Yes.
Man, a storm's coming in. What do you want?
Hey, what?
What do you want?
You broke my back screen.
Oh, yeah, I did that before. I just felt like it.
You're a red hot, eh?
I
Just look at it.
don't know how I get excited about crappy Toyotas that are sitting on their guts, no motor, nothing.
Yeah.
And you get excited over this. Can you tell me why?
Because they're just darling. Like that.
Oh, mate.
Classics, mate. They're still here. It's 50 years later and they're still here.
Mate, it's like 20 years later and mine's still there.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's
That's what I
gorgeous.
like it.
It's gorgeous. We're about to get absolutely drenched.
Yeah, great weekend, boys. How'd your video go? Yeah, spent all weekend in a Land Rover, bloody camper van. Yeah, nice, yep. Took a chopper for that. Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah. We booked out a helicopter for a couple of hours, flew here. Now we're sitting in, if Wolf Creek was a car, it would be this one. Oh, my lord.
Why though?
Oh yeah, captain's chair. This thing gives me the heebie-jeebies, man. Don't, because there is going to be something big in here that's going to have 12 stitches getting out.
Oh, we forgot to bring the shade. That's what we forgot.
Oh yeah, we could have just thrown it in the shopper, you know? Yeah, chuck her in the gate. Well, typical,
Well, we worked this out a treat, an absolute treat.
well, we were actually going to do this car.
True. Maybe that's upset and caused it to rain because we're not doing it.
Maybe. Did I tell you I bought a Bandera? Now, if you don't know about these things, these are like a 75 series or something like that, but they are coil all around. Now, it is missing a few things like the motor, drive shafts. I'm not sure how hard it's going to be to find a drive shaft for a Bandera, but all the coils have been taken out of it for some reason, and it's just sitting on its guts. But rust-wise, it's actually pretty good. Is that a sunroof? That's a sunroof. Yeah, these things are just amazing. I had a 75 series Land Cruiser, which was a proper shorty, has like no gap behind the front door, where you get something like that, they have like a big gap behind the front door. These things are just amazing and I love them. I love the look of them because they're a little bit different. Rust wise, it's got the typical Toyota Cancer, but it's not completely unbearable. It's actually in pretty good shape for where it's sitting. Like usually they go all around here. Remember my shorty had like nothing left there. But in the interior you can see a couple bits at the bottom of those doors. But it's got the roof, it's got the sunroof. I cannot believe that, I didn't see that before. But how good is that? Now I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it, but it's probably going to be like a 4-cylinder or something like that, something Toyota related. I know I definitely have some XR6 seats that'll go in this thing. But how good is this? It's absolutely beautiful. You can see like the guards are different. They come like right around the front, and they have all-wheel coil suspension, solid axle in the front. These things are just awesome, and I've always wanted one, and I just bought this bad boy right here. How beautiful is that? Now this thing's going to get delivered back to my house sometime in the next couple of weeks, but oh man, I cannot wait to get started on this thing. I've wanted one for so long, like so long. Anyway, I'm messing around too much. I got to go back and see Bam, give him a hand with his video. Make sure you check him out. He's Bam Bam Fabrications on YouTube. All right, we made it to Bam's revival, and star of the show today is the Bluetti AC2A.
Yeah, it is.
Now this thing right here is going to be keeping all our cameras charged. Hopefully it's mildly waterproof because it's decided to put on a show and give us some rain today.
Yeah.
We picked a brilliant time of the year to do this. Anyway, we're going to be using this thing throughout the day. It's going to be helping us with the revival, keeping the batteries and the cameras charged, and it was small enough to throw on the helicopter, which is great. So that,
we did have weight limits.
Yes,
and
we
I
did.
was taking up too much.
Bam took it all. Anyways, the little Bluetti sat under the seat of the helicopter, fit perfect, and yeah, now it's going to keep us alive.
That's a good point. Any of you use Legends out there with an R44, it just fits in there. Like
Well,
that.
there you go. It's like everyone's got a helicopter in their
That's
backyard.
what I'm saying. Like,
Bluetti fits under the seat. It's
Those of them
perfect.
out there who have one, that's like at least 30% of the audience.
Honestly, if you don't have a helicopter and you want a little bit more oomph, I had the pleasure of absolutely test running the hell out of this thing, because when we got back from this trip, we actually got hit with a Category 3 cyclone and lost power for 3 days. So I had this little baby set up. I had the solar panels laid out in the yard. Now I just used basic old house panels, joined 4 of them in series so that way we could power the units. I was getting about 1,000 watts worth of solar back into the unit itself. Now the thing I had to work out, and previous versions of the 200, aka the AC200, which was the first version that I ever had, you basically plugged the charger in the side of it and it gave it 500 watts. Now that was all well and good, but if you were drawing over 500 watts, then the unit couldn't keep up with the charge. And I know, you probably shouldn't charge a unit while using it, but when we were building the off-grid house, we kind of had no choice. So how I did that, I used to run the generator on eco mode, pumping 500 watts into the unit, and then using whatever I was using. In the off-grid house, we were basically using about 170 watts. Then when the aircon kicked in, it'd probably spike up to 1,000 and then come back down to about 350. So that was all well and good. Now I thought I was going to be up against the same demon when we lost power, but turns out this thing's a little bit more smarter than it makes out. When we talk about pass-through mode, so basically it was treating the generator as the grid and acting as a UPS system. In saying that, my generator is a cheap little King's unit. It's about 2,000 watt, 2 kVA generator, and it was charging it fine. But the problem I had when I plugged the generator in, the spike of all the loads and charging the unit was too much. With a 2 kVA, I basically had to pretty much set it to silent mode, which is about 800 watts worth of grid input, and then from there it would charge the battery and feed the grid. If I'm pumping 800 watts into this unit's batteries, so what that means, if this unit wants 800 watts worth of input off the grid to charge a battery on silent mode, Mind you, that's the lowest charge setting we can go. And it's feeding the units. Just say we have 200 watts worth of load, that's 1,000 watts straight up from the generator. If we had any more of that, the initial hit would actually kill the generator. Now, obvious solution, get a bigger generator. But because it was kind of a shock on losing power after the cyclone went, we had power the whole way through the cyclone, but we lost power afterward. This unit saved us. Now, this thing was fully charged, ready to go. It lasted about a day of the kids playing their Switch and TV and watching movies and stuff like that. It was great. But when it came to nighttime and we didn't have the solar to help out, that's when it got a bit tricky. Now, mind you, I did perfect it in the end. So basically what I had to do with a smaller generator was allow it to start charging the unit and then simply turn on the power from there to allow the generator to ramp up to the 800 watts that it needed and then ramp up to the 1,000 watts it needed to run the 200 watts worth of accessories and charge the unit itself. Now, the best way that I found to do that was to make sure this thing was fully charged before nighttime. So with the 1,000 watts worth of solar, and we're only using about, probably max about 300 watts to 500 watts, that was pretty achievable with the solar system we had. Now, the best part about that is during nighttime, like a generator tank only holds probably about 6 litres of fuel, pretty much equates to 6 hours worth of runtime. Now, obviously we needed it to run a little bit more than 6 hours worth of nighttime, but having this unit here, the battery was kept at 100% throughout the night. The generator was taking all the loads and the battery. Mind you, when this did complete fully charge, it just didn't require that power anymore, it turned off. Pretty much allowed a pass-through system. So the power from the generator ran straight through this, feeding the sources. But this is where the magic happens. When the generator ran out of fuel, this acts as like a UPS system. A UPS system is an uninterrupted power supply. So what that basically means is as soon as the grid lost power, aka the generator, this would kick in. We were watching TV and we didn't even notice that the generator had turned off because this simply took over the power. Now, another thing that was absolutely amazing during the day, because we didn't have to run the generator, because we had solar running directly into the Bluetti unit, we didn't have to hear the symphony of generators throughout the day. I got calls from the neighbors, from friends, everyone saying they'd do anything just to have a cup of coffee. But having this unit connected to the house, I could run the kettle, the TV, all the fans, all the light, and we still had power left over. Now, one thing I'd love to see on the Bluetti unit is an ability to use like a generator mode. Now, you do have a grid adaptation setting that will allow you to use power from a generator because it's not constant, it's up and down, and it gets confusing and then it just refuses to use it. Sorry for my gibberish. What I'd love to see would be a generator mode where you can set the amount of power that goes in. Now, I know it's preset with the silent, standard and turbo modes, but if we could set it so that way we know that we're going to pull in, just say 500 watts from the generator, or make a limit of what the generator is, so you can preset that generator is a 2 kVA generator. Please, Mr. Unit, can you take it easy on my generator so I don't have to keep walking downstairs to turn it on? That would be a great feature to have in the Bluettis, and maybe it will be a thing one day. I have seen it in other off-grid systems. But as it sits, and for the cost, it made living without power for the 3 days and only running off solar, Bluetti and the generator at nighttime made it absolutely amazing. Now, when you're buying one of these units, yes, they are a fair chunk of change in the grand scheme of things, but when it comes to being able to run your house off free power from the sun, and it being portable, you can simply chuck this in the back of the ute, take it out camping, and you can take your electric kettle camping if you want. Now, I'm a firm believer in Bluetti. These guys have been with me for years. I really appreciate their products. Their products have never failed on me. And if you guys want one for yourself, all the links will be in the description below. They're having a sale right now, so make sure you get on it. Tell them I sent you. Now, let's get back to looking at some shit boxes.
Probably not going to happen, so.
What are you doing?
Me?
We're all fogged up.
Sunshine is falling from the sky.
Yeah, the sun's going good at the moment.
The liquid sunshine is falling from the sky.
Well, that was our next one.
Was going to be. Well, it still is, but
It just
not
needs to
currently.
stop raining.
'Cause they were meant
And
to.
cameras don't
They were
like
meant
us
to.
when it's raining.
I'll check the weather map.
Cody didn't pack the shade again.
What?
Actually,
Yeah, we could have strapped it to the rotor, I
I've got a
guess.
gazebo.
Why?
Gazebo's ruin the images. It ruins the flavour.
Yeah.
Then again, we did with
Of what? My cook's neck.
Yeah. True story.
True story. You're doing great,
Rain,
man.
rain, go away.
Please,
Now,
rain.
as long as the rain's not coming in here.
Oh, I don't think it's a chance of it coming in here unless it floods.
Don't think it'll flood over here.
If we have floods here, I'll be,
Well, we've acquired a jag.
Everyone's in trouble.
it's got a jag.
It's not our jag, but can be. You take his legs.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Cheers, mate.
They look like...
Well, it's been quite the eventful day. Still pissing down rain. So, we got a little bit, would you say it's greedy? Tried to do 2 bullet runs in one day. And then, yeah, the truck fought us. Didn't really fight us. It just put up the same basic one.
This is an old truck doing old truck things.
Yeah.
And it's raining and
It was getting very wet.
we're just trying to not do the thing in the rain.
And I know I don't have many spare clothes, so let's hotwire this thing.
This window doesn't exist too, so now I'm getting wet. I'm inside the car, but I'm getting wet.
That's the key. This is great.
Unbelievable. Can we go to somewhere with a shelter?
Oh, that's right. We have sausages for dinner. Without bread.
That's your normal dinner, isn't it?
Oh, just so fucking not mad, you dog.
Sausage straight up.
Yeah, jump on the
Yeah,
bonnet.
jump on. Chuck her in the you, mate.
Do that.
Fizz.
Don't put it. No, we can't fit it in here. What is the going? Young fellas these days.
Young fellas and boys, eh?
What is going on?
You guys are hand me an esky.
Through the window.
bloody driving.
Yeah, okay. Where am I going to put that?
Hold on.
Just an update for everyone. I am still getting wet through the window here. We are getting rained on internally.
He didn't find it as funny as the other ones. I'm still getting wet.
Yeah, we're getting wet internally. This is great.
Oh, where are we? I can't see shit out of this thing. Oh Lord. Anyway, so
I think we're going to find out, Cody, where we are exactly.
whether it's in the front of an 80 series. Oh God.
Yeah. Can we not?
You can't blame them. That's what I was like when I was a kid. Anyway, so what we've done, like done will it run on beams. I've bought a new car.
Yeah.
Bam's bought a new car. Probably shouldn't say that in case the wife is watching. I probably shouldn't say it just in case the wife is watching. Anyway, and then we tried to do the second one, but then we just got absolutely rained out.
Yeah.
So now we're heading back to the homestead, and apparently we got a feed of some sausages,
Oh,
Bam's
yeah.
favourite.
How many can you stick in your mouth?
I don't know, probably less than you.
How many team members in your Boy Scout group?
What?
Oh no! He's like, I don't want to tell you.
I'm gonna make you walk then.
Oh, hey, is my back of my neck as burned as yours?
Probably. You're wearing a hat all day.
Yeah, because I gave you me bucket hat.
Yeah, thank you.
You're red hot, eh?
Oh, anyway, we're about to get a feed. Oh, hang on, where's the key? Here's the key.
There we go. Oh dear. Cool. Okay.
Let's see what tonight brings.
More rain.
If there's anything like today, it's going to be fun.
Wow.
Bam's favourite.
All right.
Good find a set of Oakleys, though.